Kylie Jenner is feeling the pressure to get Timmy to marry her, even though rumors say he's ready for a breakup because their press tour is over. Wendy Williams secretly delivered a note to a paparazzi with a message about her well-being, and it's not looking good.
Wendy Williams is at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City for an independent examination as to whether her cognitive functions are sufficiently intact to end her guardianship.
Jay-Z is ready to sue, and he claims he has all the receipts.
Why are y'all so quiet right now? Y'all was so loud and so wrong a couple of months ago.
Blake Lively's legal case with Justin Baldoni has Hollywood divided, with more and more people joining Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' team.
I'm on Blake Lively's side.
Let's get into it. Let's get into Kylie Jenner. Now, if I was Kylie, I'd probably be doing the same thing, having my hands all over Timothée Chalamet and letting everyone know that he is mine. But he didn't seem down this time, at least at the Indian Wells tennis tournament. Maybe he's trying to watch the game and she just can't stop touching him and kissing up on him. And frankly, at this point, I think Timmy is getting hip to the Kardashian-Jenner trick, where Kris Jenner has raised her daughters to treat their relationships like a business. I mean, look at Kylie's last relationship with Travis Scott. He had these seltzers, he had these shoe collaborations. There's no doubt in my mind that Kris Jenner had her hands in that, and I'm sure she would love to have her hands all over Timothy. But you know, Kylie's busy doing that, and I really feel like his face just says it all. We also know Kylie is very aware of how many articles are going to be written about them the next day. This one writes that Kylie couldn't keep her hands off of Timothée while some tennis was playing. He couldn't even watch the damn game because she just kept getting in his face. Throughout the match, Kylie made sure to pack on the PDA with Timothy while posing for photos in the stands. But you can't tell me this isn't reading as sad. Like, he looks kind of sad. I mean, maybe his team is losing at this point, but Kylie, I don't know if that drink is hitting her, but she looks like she can care less. She's in bliss. You know, he didn't get the Oscar like we were all rooting for him to, but she doesn't care. You know, she's got all the money in the world, and he'll get it next time. He will. We believe in you, Timmy. Want to start or grow your business? Here's the secret: Shopify. Shopify is the #1 commerce platform powering millions of brands worldwide. With Shop Pay, conversions boost up to 50%, meaning more sales and less abandoned carts. Sell online, in-store, and everywhere in between. Even on social media, Shopify makes it that seamless. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Sloan, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Sloan to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/Sloan. At one point, Kylie sat with her hands in Timothy's lap before a friend pulled out their phone to take a few pictures of the couple. Was she like grabbing him somewhere? What is that supposed to mean? Her hands in his lap. I mean, they don't look, it looks like it's like on his stomach, I guess. I guess that's his lap. They're trying to make it sound like she's like giving him a little handsy or something. Okay, page 6, you're messy. Kylie was all smiles as she cradled Timothy's face and pulled him in for a kiss. However, Timothy never took his eyes off the match. That is so cringe. The two seem to be having a great time. They were sipping cocktails, and it looks like Kendall Jenner was even there. Oh, it's like a family affair. This comment reads, have you ever noticed that when couples are too much PDA, they usually break up within months? Bruno brought up the Travis Scott thing, saying, I don't think I can ever get over that. And it was crazy how the Kardashian Jenners used their power to protect Travis, and he's now just reappearing in music. And I feel like if he was in another artist or did not have this family alignment, he wouldn't be able to easily step back into the scene. Another comment reads, maybe because I'm 34, I find it very strange to constantly touch your boyfriend while in public. What are you trying to prove? It's cringy. A kiss or holding hands for a moment, if the feeling arises, or a special moment, sure, but to keep touching and fawning isn't natural. This responder said, 34, it sounds like you can use some more passion in your life. Oh, they are reading them and start enjoying it again. Give a call and I'll help you remember how fun it is. You only live once and you should do the fun stuff as much as possible. And you know what? I mean, if I was like a Kylie Jenner, like sitting on that estate and having my life pretty much figured out for me, I'm sure I would be in a little bit more bliss too. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on PDA? Comment below. Are you a PDA type? Are you not? And also, second question up to that, does it bother you when you see other people? Because sometimes I do see that and I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna gag. It'd be like the nastiest people too. I'm like, at least they're in love, they're in love. I don't know what the implications are of Kylie Jenner, being raised on reality TV. She is at a different stature. Like we've seen like Honey Boo Boo grow up and, she's actually doing pretty fine for herself, Alana. Shout out Alana out there. Who are some other kids? Like Gosselin kids, they've got some trauma. We don't really know what Kylie has, especially when it comes to like the older men who like creeped on them. I'm thinking about like Tyga and all of that. I mean, that definitely messes with your mind, but at least Timothée seems like he gives me kind of innocent vibes. I mean, in this next clip, someone said that like she was giving off mother vibes and I just can't unsee it. The comments read, he got himself the final boss of baddies. Another comment reads, she can pass for his mom. That's the one I'm talking about. Another one comments, she has 2 kids, not a good fit. So a lot of people don't like the fact that he's with someone who is a mother and things like that, which I think BS excuse, honestly. They're age appropriate. But I did find this blind item and I just have to read it to you guys. We will break it down further on my show, Blind Item Breakdown, which will come out on Thursday, tomorrow. If you're not tuning in on the main channel, Sloan, definitely go there. I'm happy to see you there. I'm sure you probably are there already. If not, I have a lot of videos for you to catch up on. But this blind item reads, Oscars. Now that this actor has no more need for publicity, will the reality star be tossed to the curb like he told friends a few months ago? We could possibly see that happen. I mean, it was award season. Maybe being with Kylie did give him good press or at least something to talk about. Comment below, what do you think is going to happen? Let's get into Wendy Williams. Now, Wendy's situation is literally making me sick. She was taken by an ambulance after begging paparazzi for help. She's leaving the assisted living prison to go to a hospital to go get checked out. But the most insane part of it all was that she dropped a note from her window, I believe. At least that's what page 6 is like reporting in this one article I found. She dropped this note and it reads, "Help Wendy." Like she's literally writing notes and giving it to people like a prisoner would. And it makes me so scared for her. Wendy Williams was taken from her assisted living home by ambulance Monday after she dropped a note to paparazzi begging them to help her. Cops are called to do a wellness check around 11:15 a.m. Soon after, Wendy was tossed a piece of paper to a photographer from the window of her 5th-story room. That is wild. And it reads, "Help Wendy." All right, let's talk about turning ideas into real businesses. You know those brands that seem to blow up overnight? Think Skims, Aloe, or Allbirds. Yeah, they've all got great products, but the real secret behind their success? It's Shopify. Shopify is the ultimate commerce platform, making it effortless to sell online, in person, or wherever your customers are scrolling. And with Shop Pay, conversions boost up to 50%, meaning fewer abandoned carts and way more sales. If you want to start, grow, or scale your business, Shopify gives you everything you need, from a sleek online store to the most powerful checkout in the world. It's built for brands of all sizes, whether you're selling custom merch, digital products, or a full-blown e-commerce empire. Shopify's all-in-one tool handles payments, inventory, and marketing, so you could really focus on what matters, growing your brand. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Sloan, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Sloan to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/Sloan. According to photos, Wendy was walked to the EMT. She walked on her own to the EMT, which is wild because keep in mind, they've been putting her up in a wheelchair and she was escorted by a handful of police. which is just like scary, but also kind of iconic. There she is walking out to the ambulance. And I mean, the fact that she's walking is such a great sign because she was really struggling with her alcoholism. The wellness check comes 1 month after TMZ reported the daytime Emmy nominee, who had continued to deny her dementia diagnosis, formally asked the judge to end her guardianship.
Wendy Williams is at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City for an independent examination as to whether her cognitive functions are sufficiently intact to end her guardianship. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ a caregiver not associated with the guardianship, so not that white lady Sabrina, ordered a trip and test after NYPD paid a visit to Wendy Williams this morning to determine if Wendy Williams is being held prisoner.
Now, what's sick about these guardianships is that they don't want the people they take care of to get better. They want them to continue to be in this conservatorship, guardianship, whatever you want to call it. The same thing that Bam Margera went through, or is maybe still going through. The same thing with Britney Spears. So Wendy does not want to be a part of this. And the Guardian doesn't care because she wants that coin. She gets paid pretty money to be this like probate officer, the handler of Miss Wendy Williams. And by handler, I mean that to the furthest extent. And actually, Wendy reportedly said that her guardian is treating her like crap. Wendy's guardianship is being investigated by Adult Protective Services in New York, and they've obtained a call for help that sparked the whole thing. A caregiver not associated with the guardianship, Gina Monasaro, sent a letter recently to APS, formally requesting a probe into what she saw was troubling circumstances surrounding Wendy's treatment. Wow, so someone from inside, like a whistleblower. In the letter obtained by TMZ, Gina raises issues about Wendy's restrictions at a New York living facility where she's confined to the 5th floor memory unit and was not allowed to leave without approval from staff. Gina said the circumstances raised concerns regarding her legal rights, personal autonomy, overall well-being, and warrant immediate action. Period. I love to see her free. She said Wendy's not incapacitated as her guardian claims, and the discrepancy raises serious concerns about the integrity and motivation of the guardian, suggesting that they may be misrepresenting Wendy Williams' actual mental and emotional state to the courts. Gina concludes her letter with such misrepresentation could be contributing to her unjust confinement in an environment that restricts her freedom and social interactions. We all know Miss Wendy Williams is a social butterfly. She has so much more life to live. I say let her out. Let her out. Free Wendy. What did we used to say in the Free Britney chants? Her body, her choice. What else did we say? Yeah, Free Britney. We said Free Britney, so I guess it's a Free Wendy or Help Wendy. Free Wendy. Okay, let's get her out today. So we're going to be staying on top of that. Let's get into Brandon Sklenar on the It Ends With Us drama. Now, Brandon, you better pick your side and pick it carefully because people are getting tired of your, hap stances, because he was spotted wearing the same, piece of jewelry as Justin Baldoni had worn. Keep in mind that Brandon had made it clear from the jump that he is a Blake Lively supporter. After the It Ends With Us star, who was part of the love triangle between Justin and Blake in the Colleen Hoover adaptation, wore an identical brooch to the one that Justin wore to the film's premiere. He addressed the wardrobe choice, saying it was a happenstance. I woke up in the morning and saw an article about it, and I was like, oh damn, I had no idea. Okay, Brandon.
Brandon Sklenar proves once again what a spineless human being he is. And for anyone that was saying he's now Team Baldoni because he was wearing the same brooch as Justin, please watch this video. He is not Team Justin, he is a coward, and he's not even man enough to say Justin Baldoni's name.
Was there any special meaning behind that pin you wore last week?
Yeah, honestly, no. I wish I could say there was. That was a total happenstance. I woke up in the morning and saw an article, and I was like, oh, damn. I literally had no idea. I had an idea I wanted to wear like a floral brooch of some kind, and that was the color I liked the best, and lo and behold, someone also wore that prior to me wearing it, so yeah.
Hey, Brandon, that someone is actually Justin Baldoni. Oh, you forgot his name. Or maybe he's afraid that Blakey and Ryan will get mad at him if he says Justin's name, take away his pretty new toys. The whole I'm Mr. Switzerland now, the whole let's talk about what matters in the movie, let's not forget what matters, even though I never talked about it during our press tour of a movie months ago, all an act.
There's definitely something fishy going on with Brandon, especially compared to the rest of the cast from this movie. Now, Brandon has found himself between his two co-stars and tense legal battle, which began after Blake filed a complaint against Justin. Last month, Brandon was asked during a CBS Mornings interview whether he was Team Blake or Team Justin, and he asserted that he was Team It Ends With Us. He continued, "I just want people to remember why we made this movie in the first place and what it stands for." Well, that wasn't really his take in the press tour. He was, again, on Blake's side. So I don't know where Brandon stands. I think he's just trying to save his face in Hollywood and his career. However, shortly after Blake filed her initial complaint, the star had shown his support to her. Brandon supported her by sharing a link to the document through his social media and tagging her with a red heart emoji, adding to his fans, "For the love of God, read this." That is insane. So he's totally Team Blake because he literally shared to his tons of followers a link so they can go and read her complaint about Justin, which he says is completely fabricated. So clearly he's chosen his side. It's made that very clear.
What made it so easy to fall in love on screen?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, we didn't really talk about it.
You could tell her.
I mean, I could tell you it's...
You could say like really nice things.
I'm just
about
a really good actor, you know? I'm a really good actor. Everything was really challenging with Blake.
He had a mirror. It was weird. It was the off camera was instead of
I find it way easier to look at myself when I'm acting.
Obviously, you know, I've seen Brandon in his 1932, but I haven't seen him in anything. 23.
She's never seen it. She was revealed.
But man, seeing him as Atlas, like I can't picture those two characters.
What's the movie about? Give me a plug.
It's about hope and love and overcoming a really difficult situation.
All right.
Very good.
There's something just incredibly insufferable. I can't handle it, but I want to hear what you guys think about Brandon in the comments below. Do you think he's really Team It Ends With Us movie? Because it's giving Blake. Let's get into Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z has been trying to keep quiet, but you know what? We're paying attention to him. Jay-Z says that the Jane Doe who accused him of R-wording her in an explosive lawsuit knew full well that nothing ever happened, and now he's dragging her into court over it. The musician has now filed a lawsuit against this anonymous accuser and her attorney, Tony Busby. In the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Jay says that his accuser kept pushing her false story in the media and in the courts despite admittedly knowing it was not true. Now, I remember hearing about this accuser. I believe, and again, don't quote me on this, I believe they said they had autism as well. I'm not entirely sure what their diagnosis is. We don't even really know who this accuser is. We might soon because of Jay-Z. But if this is true, which I'm not like jumping to Jay-Z's side. I mean, God, you know me. We're going to have to get into it first for a moment. But I'm trying to think. So if she did though lie about this, that's effed up. Like, I don't know if we can just say like, you know, because she's autism, like maybe that's what it is. But like also like just in general for like, you know, survivors and accusers, like this almost like kind of it. Well, obviously it goes into the Diddy case because it started with the Diddy case, and then it makes everyone else who has come forward look like maybe they could have been pushing their story as well. He claims that this Jane Doe told Tony Busby that he did not harm her and that the lawyer pushed her to go forward with this false narrative. So saying that the accuser told Tony, this attorney, but he didn't harm me, and then he said, you know, you don't know that, just say you did, so that he could get into trouble, of course, and to get a big payday. Jay-Z says the whole thing was an evil conspiracy to get him to pay Tony a huge sum of money to keep the allegations quiet, even though Tony and the woman knew that they were pushing lies.
Why are y'all so quiet right now? Y'all was so loud and so wrong a couple of months ago. This MF needs to be disbarred. In the story. And I love the fact that Jay-Z stood on business. Why y'all hate the Carters so bad?
Jay-Z is standing down on his story, and he's even revealing how he found out the Jane Doe accuser lied about his involvement. A private investigator named Charlotte Henderson filed an affidavit Wednesday stating she met with the Jane Doe on February 21st, 2025 in the anonymous woman's home in Alabama, and during the meeting, she claimed that Tony had pushed me to include Jay in the lawsuit. According to documents, Jane said that she told Tony Busby that she had been R-worded by Diddy in 2000 and wanted to sue him, but Busby brought Jay into it. So pause. So we're including, so Diddy still did it? And so Diddy still did it? I thought the whole thing was a lie. I thought Jay-Z was trying to say it was all a lie, but Busby brought Jay-Z into it, she added. He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him, like going against Jay-Z. Charlotte says that Jane Doe said that she did tell Tony Busby that Jay was at the party where he allegedly, or where Diddy allegedly R-worded her, but plainly stated that he was not involved. But he was at this party. Still, Tony filed the lawsuit claiming that Jay and Diddy had harmed her. Subsequently, many media outlets exposed multiple inaccuracies in the woman's story. And as we reported, she dismissed her lawsuit last month. She did. And I think she did it with prejudice, so the lawsuit could never be brought up again. Charlotte, the private investigator's meeting with Jane Doe, came 1 week after that dismissal. She says that Jane Doe told her that Tony had to come to her shortly before filing that, and that Jay-Z was threatening to unalive her, and that's why she dropped it. Wait, what? So Tony Busby, the attorney, had come to her to tell her that she needs to go with this story that Jay-Z was threatening to kill her. Interesting. Charlotte says that she was not hired by Jay-Z or his attorneys to perform this investigation. She doesn't say who, if anyone, was paying her. Wait, what? This is such a so if he's not paying her, why is she even doing this? And how did she find out who the Jane Doe was? One more thing, another PI named Ian filed his own affidavit stating that he uncovered Jane Doe's history in a mental health facility and says that she was there just 90 days before Tony Busby sent a demand letter to Jay-Z on her behalf. So questioning the mental wellness of his client. As we reported, Jay is suing Mr. Tony for extortion, and just this week he also filed a separate lawsuit against Tony and Jane Doe. Tony tells TMZ that each assertion is a flat-out false and made-up lie. Jane Doe called referring counsel the Ava Law Group and alleged that she was harmed by Diddy and Jay-Z before her case was ever referred to their firm. So he claims that this lie was, if it is a lie, was created far before him. That's indisputable. In fact, we have obtained the actual intake sheet from the Ava Law Group's intake personnel where Jane Doe signed to be a client with them long before her case was ever sent to my firm. In that form created by their firm, it shows who she was making those assertions against. Those investigators likely didn't know that the paper trail existed, and now he can prove them false. None of the actual documentation supports this false story that Jay-Z's team is trying to sell the public. Well, that's a mind F. I mean, to me, it sounds like maybe the Jane Doe did in fact lie about this story about Jay-Z and Diddy. I mean, if it was in this document like far before Tony got to it, then that proves that he did not create that lie. So we're really going to have to pay attention to this one. Let's get into Bad Baby and Alabama Barker. Now, things are getting dangerous for Bad Baby because a gunman tried to break into her house shortly after her baby daddy and her abuser, Levon, arrived. Bad Baby had a super scary Thursday afternoon when 3 gunmen allegedly tried to storm inside the rapper's home, but she called police and got the trio out. What's more is that Bad Baby's on and off again boyfriend Levon was also at her house, arriving there just minutes before the armed suspects attempted to break in through a side door. So he was probably followed there because he was recently just shot while hanging out at a strip club. Our sources say that Bad Baby and Levon first spotted the perpetrators, but it was Bad Baby who called the cops. Police raced to the scene, but the trespassers were already gone. TMZ broke the story. Levon, the father of Bad Baby's child, was shot in the hand after he and some friends got into an altercation with another group at a strip club. The police say at least one other person was shot as well before the suspects fled. Detectives have not made any arrests, so they're just out here chilling. Now, he did share some video of him in the hospital where you could see his hand was shot. This comment reads, "He got shot in the hand that hits women. Karma is the best." Another comment reads, a vape pack in the hospital after getting shot while your baby mama and Alabama diss each other is crazy. Another comment reads, social media is a drug. LOL. Ain't no way I just got shot and I'm posting it up on Instagram. It is weird. I mean, he's like obviously being targeted. I wouldn't want anyone to know where I'm located. Imagine someone really wanted to get the job done. They just came into the hospital and found you. Levon was taken to a medical center where he posted a video of himself with his bandaged finger, and he was later discharged and now is doing fine. The other victim also survived. It's unclear if the strip club shooting is connected to an attempted break-in at Bad Baby's home. So there's a lot going on with her, and I'm worried for her safety. It makes me wonder, like, is Alabama Barker doing something with this? I mean, Bad Baby has diss track after diss track about Alabama, and while I don't really think the Kardashians, the Barkers really, like, you know, they have people to go and unalive other people, I just don't know who's after Bad Baby, unless Levon is the problem, which I feel like he's the problem of everything. Bad Baby's mom, Barbara, called out Alabama Barker, saying, keep my granddaughter's name out of your mouth, because Alabama's trying to release a new diss track, and in this diss track, she's like bringing up Bad Baby's daughter's name, which I think is weird, like leave kids out of it. That just like shows that she's a desperate writer, that she's not that talented if she has to go and bring up like a literal child's name. It's just, yeah, it's like a little bit barbaric, Alabama Barker. But Bad Baby's mom, Barbara, is ripping Alabama Barker and her family, even threatening Travis Barker and his 1-year-old son after Alabama Barker named Bad Baby's daughter, KYLIE, on her Instagram story. In this clip, you could hear a new diss track, and she's rapping about KYLIE being born only because Bad Baby's on and off again boyfriend, Levon, was getting with her for the bag. Yikes.
18 years later, you gon' see Lil Kelly. He was for a bag, now you hear Lil Kelly.
This comment reads, you never bring children into it. Barbara, grandmother of KYLIE, posted on her Instagram story referring to Alabama as a dirty ass hoe Arkansas, while saying that her dad, Travis, moved on from her with a new family. Wow. Here it is. This little dirty ass hoe Arkansas still talking about my granddaughter, yet her daddy has a whole new family. Rocky rules while you're just on your knees. Baby talking about the baby Rocky that he shares with Kourtney Kardashian. So that's pretty shady, Barbara. I mean, Bad Baby got it somewhere. She tags Travis Barker, you better put your little hoe in her place before she gets a reality check. She comes for my granddaughter. I come for your little one. Whoa. This little see you next Tuesday really thought she did something when in reality she just showed everyone she's nothing but a little plum sucking hoe. Wow. She could make her own rap song. Alabama indirectly responded to the drama by sharing a screenshot of an alleged DM she received of someone telling her that Bad Baby's man Levon chased her 20 feet down LA's infamous Melrose Avenue to ask for her Instagram the same week that Bad Baby gave birth to their child. Which, that's pretty ridiculous. Imagine you are giving birth, or you just gave birth, and your man is over here running, chasing women to go and get their Instagrams. I mean, he's clearly not a committed man, and I'm sure not much of a father either. It's sad that these two are literally fighting over this loser, but you guys need to see Bad Baby's response. Okay, so we've got a look-alike Alabama listening to the diss track that Bad Baby had released about her, and it's so insane because look, I'd be scared of Bad Baby. Look at the way she walks too. She built like that Avengers mom. And boom, I don't know what she's going to do to Alabama Barker in her next video, but we are going to be paying attention. This comment reads, mind you, no energy for the man who disrespects her every day. Which honestly, true. I mean, Levon, he's really the problem here, but if Bad Baby's going to rap, I'm going to listen. Let's get into Meghan Markle. You guys know I'm not much of a fan of Meghan Markle, and she's proving herself to be as phony as ever, especially in her new Netflix special. And she recently did an interview with Drew Barrymore, and a lot of people were divided over their fake hugging. While Meghan has been promoting her new show, With Love, Meghan, it appears that some viewers have no love for her. On Thursday, Meghan appeared on Drew Barrymore's talk show to discuss the lifestyle series, and to some, the interview wasn't easy to watch. You guys know we love a cringe moment over here because it's just, I love a train wreck, you know, a good train wreck. Towards the beginning of Megan's segment, Barrymore discussed her interview style, which has been described as very touchy. I like to connect. I'm a warm person and I love affection. Oh, we know Drew.
Now, a body language expert, Judy James, has said that Megan really felt uncomfortable with Drew Barrymore's relentless clinginess during her appearance on that show. Tell us about this, Kinsey.
Megan, who didn't appear bothered by Drew's constant closeness during the interview, said, I really think it's important. We've just missed this human connection. Certainly after the pandemic and everything else, we crave that to really be able to hold and embrace someone. Okay, that's a cute way of looking at it. But the interview was met with some criticism. Several viewers weighed in on social media, with many of them slamming Meghan Markle and Drew Barrymore, and just both of them for acting so fake. It's like, it's giving acting, like actresses.
This is one of our favorite topics, right? Just how gross Drew Barrymore can be when it comes to her physical activity with her guests. And yeah, the body language. Yes, and the body language expert says that Meghan's kind of met her match, because Meghan's usually the one that's very physical with people, always hugging strangers when they're at engagements and holding children's hands and dragging them around all over the engagement. But the body language expert says, like, Drew is so over the top that Meghan is physically uncomfortable. But I did catch a minute of the interview where Meghan's hand is actually holding Drew's. So get your barf bag ready. It premieres tomorrow. Thoughts and prayers. I don't think I'm mentally prepared.
Not the get your barf bags ready. Oh my gosh. Quote, Drew Barrymore is just as false as Meghan. I'm assuming they mean fake. Another person writes, all that fake hugging of complete strangers is so false. Another person writes, Drew Barrymore also out-hugged Markle. Doesn't Drew know that's supposed to be Meghan's thing? Which is true. We heard her discuss that. One viewer wrote, Meghan has finally met her match. Drew is even more clingy and cringier than she is. Another person writes, not sure who's more insufferable, Meghan Markle or Drew. It's a surprise that no one can suffer through such an insane garbage. Given all the crap that Meghan Markle has received over her show being so fake, Drew Barrymore was the worst option for a talk show. Now, I'm not trying to hate on Meghan Markle. Comment below if you are watching her series on Netflix. I want to hear what you think of it. Now let's get into Julia Fox. Now, Julia Fox is making headlines. Actually, I really like Julia. If you don't know who she is, she used to date Kanye West, but she's also an author, an actress. Remember Hidden Gems? One time I was leaving the Trader Joe's on Santa Monica here in West Hollywood, and she was literally walking down the street, and I just walked with her to my house, because she was walking somewhere else. So I walked 3 blocks with her, and I just talked to her, and it was such a fun, it was like meeting someone, but it didn't feel so awkward. I don't know. We just talked about life and working out and just groceries and stuff like that. She had followed me on TikTok before. I don't think she recognized me from there, but I was like, oh my God, hi, you follow me on TikTok. I'm all about the drama and things. So she likes to keep up. We love that Julia Fox participates. Julia is doing her best Bianca Censori impression, wearing hardly anything and leaving little to the imagination. I feel like Julia doesn't need to stoop down to this level. She made a jaw-dropping entrance at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, stunning everyone in a see-through dress. She was wearing nothing. Her body is somewhat covered by her wavy brown hair, which, through the help of extensions, shielded parts of her breast and groin area. So maybe a little bit more covered than Bianca. I feel like I'd be just so itchy with all that hair. Julia's eye-popping look is strikingly similar to Bianca Censori's entrance at the Grammy Awards, where Bianca wore nothing. Remember, Julia and Kanye used to date back in 2022. Now me looking over at the date on my computer, we're in 2025 now. Oh, 3 years ago. It's crazy how fast time can move. But I want to hear what you guys think of this episode in the comments below. What story did you find most entertaining? Any of them you want me to do a deep dive on my main channel? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I had this iced coffee and I'm definitely feeling it. Are you do you ever have your eye twitch a little bit if you have too much coffee? What is that called? Hopefully you guys didn't notice it. I only had 1 coffee. I'm not over here chugging coffee. But it's just so strong for me. You know what I mean? It's so strong. This episode actually marks our 1 month of doing the podcast, I believe, in this format with hot topics and things like that. And looks like it's performing better. So I wanted to ask the viewers, like, you know, besides looking at the numbers, like, how are you guys enjoying like the hot topics of it all and the fast stories, and do you guys like it still? Because I want to make this like channel and this podcast even bigger and bigger and put more love into it and really grow this page. So I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can. And I think this was like a good episode. I liked the diversity. And there were some funny moments in the last one too. Like I had such a fun time with you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you're not checking out the main channel, definitely go and check it out. We've got Blind Item Breakdown that will come out tomorrow. Thank you all for supporting me, and I'll see you in a new episode next week. Bye, guys.